All right, let's watch this video because I just saw this one as I was getting on. And this is David Pakman talking about a smoking gun letter proves Trump administration had the Epstein list. And this is the one I saw that came off of Pam Bondi's desk that literally in the it's not a paper, it's like a memo. In the memo says that she has the client list. Here we go.
There is a smoking gun letter dated February 27th, 2025, that proves that the Trump administration had and has an Epstein list. Is it complete? Well, we don't know. But we now know that they are lying. And here's the critical aspect.
Bro, they were like, they got down like 3 names, dude. They got down like 3 names. And then somebody put Trump on there, and somebody was like, okay, that's the end of that. They're like, this ultra wealthy billionaire, this ultra wealthy billionaire, Prince Andrew, Donald Trump. And somebody was like, what, why is Trump's name on there? Like, I'm just literally just writing down, you told me to write down the names that are in the files. I'm writing down the names, and they're like, yeah, you can't put Donald Trump. They're like, so anyways, we don't have a list anymore. There is no list. Are you being racist against white people wearing mayonnaise sandwiches? I don't know. Does that count? Is that racist against white people? It's okay. These are my people. I'm allowed to talk about the trailer park because that's where I came from. So even if it is racist against them, they're my people. So it's allowed.
Of it. You don't need.
Did Pakman leave the country? I hope he did.
You don't need to email anyone.
Safe.
You don't need to hack.
He has like 3 million subscribers. He's not safe. He needs to leave.
Into anything. Thanks to Freedom of Information Act requests, we have the letter that proves they have way more than they are claiming to have. This is a letter from the Office of the Attorney General, meaning Pam Bondi. The letter is signed by Pam Bondi, written to FBI Director Kash Patel. Folks, these are public documents, okay? Dear Director Patel, before you came into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response to this request, this is the key, I received approximately 200 pages of documents, which consisted primarily of flight logs, Epstein's list of contacts, a list of victims' names, and phone numbers. Okay. They say...
No, they got victims' phone numbers and shit. Why don't they just give them a call? Why don't they go ahead and give those people a call and be like, so, hey, who was it that abused y'all? And when they're like, well, Trump, they're like, oh, anyways, what did you say? I can't, the phone cut out. Did you say Bill Clinton? I said Donald Trump. No. Once again, was that Bill Clinton? Yeah, I think he said Bill Clinton. Go ahead and mark him down. Mark him down. That's 3 for Bill. That's 3. Go ahead and give those motherfuckers a phone call. Jesus Christ.
There is no list. And we suspected that was semantics. Because here is Pam Bondi acknowledging before getting additional documents. This is what she already had before getting additional documents. Flight logs, which tell you where planes went and who was on the planes. Epstein's list of contacts, which, by the way, is also available. I looked at it. Ivanka Trump is on there. All sorts of people are on there.
Yep.
And a list of the victims' names and phone numbers. Damn, that does sound like the Epstein list, which they now claim what to have. Pam Bondi goes on to say, I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents. Late yesterday, I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. So here Pam Bondi is saying, not only do I have 200 pages of documents,
yeah,
which
there's
certainly
thousands
meet
more.
The colloquial definition of the Epstein list, she is aware of
LB,
something that is at least 5 times larger, right? At least 1,000 pages, and she says thousands, so it actually could be at least 10 times larger or more than what she already has. And now we're supposed to believe there's no list? The FBI had thousands.
There's thousands of pages. But, it was a lot of words, but not a lot of information, guys. Look, were there thousands of pages? Perhaps 1,000 pages plus logs, phone numbers, list of contacts? Maybe. Did those things result in maybe us being able to create a list of the potential people that we should be looking into? Maybe. Are we going to do any of those things? Fuck no. Doesn't look like we will be doing any of those things. Holy shit.
Thousands of pages conforming to what we colloquially know of as a list. And Pam Bondi had hundreds of pages of what would be
disgusting.
a list.
LB,
and she goes on to say, despite my repeated requests,
Ew.
the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this new information. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office.
And here's something you guys should recognize, too, is there was no hay made about her not receiving these documents. There was no, pushback after this memo where she was like, I've been looking for these documents. I did not get these documents. The FBI will not release them. No, she went on to Fox News and said that she had received thousands of videos, thousands of documents, and she had in her possession a list on her desk. So, with this being said, this is what people were saying about this. MAGA was saying, oh, well, the FBI from the former administration, they withheld all these documents and they destroyed the evidence. No, if that were true, Pam Bondi would have came out immediately and said, what the fuck is going on? Do you think these guys would miss a chance to be dramatic? No fucking way. She would have said, what the fuck is going on? I still have not received these documents. I still did not receive these videos. This is bullshit. And the Democrats are hiding it all. That's exactly how this would have been spun from the very beginning. No, they thought that they could be hyperbolic. They thought that they could lead MAGA on. They thought that they could keep them angry and hateful against Democrats and against, the celebrities that they hate that they think are on these files. And they blew it. They gaslit them. And now MAGA wants their pound of flesh. And it is time. It is time for MAGA to find out that they are patsies. They have always been patsies. They have been gaslit. And these people have known for pretty much the entire time that they've been in political office that they can control MAGA through fear and hate. That's where we're at.
Office, including all records, documents, audio and video recordings, and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, regardless of how such information was obtained.
Reverend, they could catch Trump fucking goats in the Oval Office and they would say it didn't happen. And DJ said, yep, they would blame the goats. No shit. Yeah, exactly. And what LB just said, because that's another talking point from Republicans. Well, if Joe Biden had the information, then why didn't he release it? Because it's not like this fucking idea that these elites that were in these files were specific to any political party is probably fucking wrong, okay? It's probably wrong. There are probably people, regardless of political affiliation, that are billionaires, that are immoral fucking assholes, that did shitty things to other human beings, and Joe Biden probably protected them as well. And probably countless other politicians across the political spectrum, on the right and the left. And that's why I've said for fucking ever that I do not give two shits about Democrats or people that I look up to, or I don't really look up to anybody, but people that I like being included. Because if they are, and there is evidence, then they should be put on trial. And if there's enough evidence, they should be put in fucking prison. That's the way it is. And anybody that protected them as well. I don't care. I don't care if it's Obama. I don't care if it's Biden. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care who the fuck it is. Whoever knew about these people and protected these people should be put on fucking trial. And obviously, the people that are included in these files should also be put on trial. Everybody deserves due process, but if there is enough evidence to convict these fuckers of doing things that has been alleged, then fucking make it happen.
There will be no withholdings or limitations to my or your access. So there's three important aspects to this letter. Number one, Pam Bondi acknowledges having 200 pages of documents that are certainly a list. The flights, who was on them, Epstein's contacts, and victim names. That's a list. Okay,
that's a list.
Now she says she doesn't.
It's a list.
The FBI, according to Pam Bondi in this letter, had thousands of pages compared to Pam Bondi's hundreds, thousands of pages, which the FBI has also said, we don't have anything either. Over the last 10 days, we've heard from the DOJ, we have nothing, and the FBI, we have nothing. So that's line number two.
LB.
And then thirdly, it would be interesting to get a definitive answer. Did the FBI comply with the Attorney General's demand that by the following morning, February 28th, the full files be delivered? If they didn't, why were they allowed to get away with that? And if they did, why does Pam Bondi now, with hundreds of her own files and thousands of additional documents from the FBI, claim that she has nothing?
Yep, that's what I was saying.
The stuff is happening in plain sight. It's happening in plain sight. And Trump is so triggered.
Scouts is saying, at least all this bullshit has come to the surface. Whether the USA lives through it,
that he sight claim that she has nothing. The stuff is happening in plain sight. It's happening in plain sight.
Crime is
and
legal.
Trump is so triggered that he is now going after a sitting senator.
And he's going
Your
after...
personal data is...
He's going after his own people now, calling them weaklings and shit like that. That's crazy. Like I said, this is a moment for MAGA right now. It's like, how deep in the cult are you? Like, this is the will you drink the Kool-Aid moment, right? Like, for Jim Jones in Jonestown, it's like where people lined up. And it was that moment. Because there was a couple people in Jonestown that were like, I'm not doing this shit. Wait, hold on. I didn't know it was going to be all like this. Like, man, I think I'm going to leave. Like, there's a couple motherfuckers that left the line, right? There were. So that's the question is, who in the Trump cult's going to leave the line? Who's going to look at that barrel of Kool-Aid and go, no, that is death politically or physically or socially, whatever you want to call it. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid. This is, I think that right now we have come to the point of decision for Trump supporters about whether or not they will have any chance to return to society in any way, shape, or form. You're in line. You're on your way to the Kool-Aid. You going to drink it, or are you going to step the fuck out of line? That's the question. Orange Jim Jones is fucking doing work, okay? Orange Jim Jones is doing work. We gave him that moniker, and this dude is just lived up to it like it was a fucking challenge. Holy shit. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out that video on the screen now.